Running an all-women team is not a walk in the park, but Neha Khilnani wouldn't have it any other way. Neither would her team members at Connekting Dots, an unconventional, boutique, Mumbai-based PR company. By default, not design, this agency has evolved into an all-women powerhouse, carving a niche for itself in the highly competitive world of PR. For Khilnani, the journey of Connecting Dots began in 2018 when she identified a gap in the landscape.
The idea behind Connecting Dots wasn't just to build another agency. It was mainly to come up with three main pillars, I would say, where we wanted to connect the dots of these three pillars: brand experiences, storytelling, and strategic collaboration.
With stints at Digital Driftwood, Viking Ventures, and Pearl Media Communications under her belt, Khilnani was no stranger to the industry. But starting her own agency wasn't without its challenges.
Building credibility and trust was the biggest challenge initially. In an industry where there were bigger players, bigger agencies, and who are often the first choice, we had to actually prove ourselves with every project.
Additionally, limited resources meant that everybody had to wear multiple hats. However, this agility ultimately worked in their favor. From a humble team of 3 in 2018, the agency grew to 22 people in 2019 before the pandemic struck, reducing the team to just 2 by 2021. Now, Connecting Dots is scaling again, bringing in talent on a project basis while fostering a work culture that prioritizes creativity and autonomy. So, was it intentional to have an all-women team? Not at all, says Khilnani.
It just happened very organically, very naturally. I think I've been privileged to work with some very incredible women in my team who bring in a lot of creativity, discipline, and strong sense of ownership onto the table. For me, it's always been about finding the right skill and talent who kind of share the same energy and vision for the company rather than just focusing on the gender.
However, leading an all-women team comes with its own set of unique dynamics.
Women actually bring a very strong sense of collaboration, attention to detail, innate ability to build meaningful connections not only with clients but with internal team members, other partners, vendors, and so on and so forth, to build and to get everybody together.
Senior PR executive Komal Gupta, who joined Connecting Dots in 2021, echoes this sentiment. She and Khilnani held the fort when the pandemic struck the company's business.
I believe working in a women-led team has always been empowering for me. All of us together, that sense of upliftment that we get from the team throughout, that mutual understanding that we have together as women, that creates a very important, it plays a very important role for us.
And yet, there is an openness to adding men to the mix if the right opportunity arises.
Of course, talking about reverse genders, I'd say that will definitely give us a different perspective. However, talking about this team, I wouldn't trade for that.
Senior Marketing Associate Shivangini Bhatla has a different take.
Even we don't need too much male energy in this office, and we would all benefit from a male puppy here.
Despite their success, Connecting Dots has encountered its share of gender biases.
There have been instances where people assume a male counterpart is needed for final negotiations or closing the deal. But over the years, we've also let our work speak volumes, and that has shifted the perception in way usually we've been taken seriously. Once clients see the results and the strategic thinking we bring onto the table, any initial biases, if they have, I think they kind of fade away then with time.
It's a reminder that while industries continue to evolve, deep-seated biases persist. Connecting Dots is proving that the only thing that matters truly is competence, not gender.
So at Connecting, we don't operate within rigid hierarchies, which allows us to stay very, very agile and open to new ideas.
This flexibility is what keeps employees engaged. Gupta, who has been with the company for 4 years, a rarity in an industry where job hopping is a norm, attributes her longevity to the creative freedom she enjoys.
Of course, having a mentor like a supportive mentor for over almost 4 years now, opportunities to learn, and even, that freedom that you get to even explore creativity.
Innovation at Connecting Dots isn't restricted by job titles.
If someone from the PR team has a content idea, we are here to explore it.
One of the challenges of being an all-women team in a competitive industry is striking the right balance between assertiveness and authenticity.
So many lovely memories. I have one specific one of three of us leading ladies going for a trip to Goa. It was an ex-colleague in the marketing department, myself and Neha. We did everything from self-driving to, going to the best spots in town. That's been the best experience, having such strong women leaders within our own workspace, nothing more like it.
Confidence, Khilnani insists, isn't about being aggressive. It's about being clear, crisp, self-assured, and knowing exactly what you bring to the table. The conversation around gender equality in the workplace often feels like a box-ticking exercise, but Khilnani believes companies that fail to walk the diversity talk are missing out on tangible benefits.
At CD, diversity isn't a checkbox. It's in fact a strategic, advantage. When you bring different perspectives onto the table and into decision making, you get more thoughtful, innovative solutions there and then.
She warns that companies that treat diversity as a PR stunt are losing out.
True inclusivity isn't about just hiring diverse talent. It's about making sure that everyone's voice is heard, and if they have a reason or logic to come up with newer perspectives, then why not? Because that's the space that has to be valued, that's going to create more impact.
For companies still treating gender diversity as a mere checklist item, Connecting Dots is a proof that real business advantages come from embracing it wholeheartedly. And as Khilnani and her team continue to connect the dots, they are also redrawing the map for what a modern PR agency can and should be.